My mindful routine in my life has been the anchor of my experience of finding peace. I started having meditation practices and yoga practices and having routines a long time ago, about 4 years ago. But it wasn't until about a year ago that I really created a practice that I do every single day, no matter what. I've learned so much through that about discipline and about prioritizing my well-being and my mental health through having those practices every day and having that space that I can return to every day. And morning routines and stuff like that are things that a lot of people are talking about now, and it's something that I've personally been practicing for a while, and it's something that's helped my life a lot. But there are some things that I wanted to talk about when it comes to creating a mindful morning practice or a mindful practice in general, because there are some things that I've learned along the way that have helped me a lot to re-anchor myself and to remind myself to keep the substance in the practice rather than just repeating the motion. So I wanted to talk about that today. Having a mindful practice has allowed me to return to myself and to give myself the space to let inner peace flow. My morning routine for me is a way for me to set my intention in the morning and to cultivate a space of peace before the craziness of the day begins. And I have had the same morning routine for quite some time, but refreshing myself every morning and finding the meaning in the practice has really been good for me. And so my personal morning routine is every day I wake up, I get out of bed, I go and brush my teeth and wash my face, brush my hair, and after that I do some yoga. I do 30 minutes of yoga and then 30 minutes of meditation. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but usually 30 minutes of both. And then after that, if I'm feeling like it, I'll journal or I'll read a little bit. But the meditation and the yoga are the parts of my practice that I've done every single day without fail for pretty much a year now. Having this morning routine in my life has helped me to prioritize my well-being and to cultivate that space of peace around me. Allow myself to really just have time to take a step back and to set my intention and to prepare for my day. At first I had to kind of force myself to do it, or sometimes I would be lazy with it. But once I got in the rhythm of doing it every day, it's something that now I can't imagine waking up and not doing yoga, or I can't imagine waking up and not meditating. And that's the thing, is like when you get in the routine of it, you realize how much it truly benefits your life and makes you feel good, and you're inspired to do it every single day, even if at first you have to kind of force yourself to do it a little bit. And so for me, my morning routine is something that has been something that I do every single day. Having a routine after work, which I actually have a video on, has also been really important for me to detach from work after I'm done and to just allow myself to relax and feel calm after being in a stressful environment. And then having some sort of night routine or practice, even if it's just laying in bed and becoming aware of my surroundings before I go to sleep, has also been really powerful for me. Because throughout the day, you're allowing yourself time to take a step back, to clarify your intentions, and to really just feel present. And you're giving yourself that space and that sanctuary almost within you. A long time ago, when I was in school, I would have a morning routine, I would have an after school routine, and then I would have a night routine. And those routines were something that I looked forward to all day because it was giving myself the space and sanctuary that no matter what happened throughout my day, I knew that I had that to return to, and it made me feel that sense of peace within me throughout my day, because I knew that at the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, I was returning to that sanctuary of giving myself the time to prioritize my well-being. And just because I do the same morning routine every single day, every day is a new practice with it. Every day is a new experience. Even though I'm cultivating that same peace, every day I'm taking it deeper, and every day I'm finding new things and new ways that work for me. However, it is so important to not let the routine of your practice take away the essence of what it is. This has happened to me multiple times where you get in the habit of saying, oh, if I meditate and do yoga in the morning, I'm fine for the day. And sometimes I'll get on this habit of thinking about all of the things that I have to do throughout the day while I'm doing yoga, not really being there for it, and just letting it be a part of my routine and not mean that much. And that is just the feeling of when you return to that space of peace after you've let it become a routine is like a wake-up call. You're like, oh, this is why I'm doing it. And so just keeping that in mind whenever you're doing your routine, to not let it just be a routine and not let it just be something that you do to get it over with. Letting that really be a space for you to exhale and to be is so powerful and so important. Because at first, like I said, you might be forcing yourself to do it, or it might be more about the routine at first, but you'll realize the more that you do it, if you can keep the spirit alive within you when you're doing it, and if you can really just allow yourself to relax and be while you're having a morning routine, it is just the most powerful and beautiful experience. Routine doesn't need to mean letting something be mundane or letting something be meaningless. Routine is just holding yourself accountable and ensuring that you have the space and time to give yourself what you need. Peace and presence should not be found exclusively in your morning routine. It should be something that you try and cultivate in everything that you do. Mindfulness isn't just something that you do in the morning for an hour. Mindfulness is something that you learn how to bring into everything that you're doing. In such a simple way, it's just when you're eating, giving your food and your experience of eating your full attention. Or when you're walking, giving the experience of walking, giving your surroundings your full attention. When you're working, giving yourself breaks, giving yourself clarity, really just allowing yourself to be present with what you're doing and cultivate that state of peace within you. That experience of just allowing yourself to be and allowing yourself to enjoy your existence is the reason why you practice mindfulness, so that you can find inner peace and so that you can find wholeness. So don't allow peace to be something that you only let yourself feel in the morning for an hour. Allow peace to be something that is the backbone for your experience of experiencing this life. And I am always a student of life, and I am always learning. And that is the most exciting thing, because if you think you have it all figured out, there's always something new to learn, and there's always a new practice that you can do. And allowing yourself to really just experience the fullness and the wholeness of this life is the best thing that you can do for yourself and that you can do for the world, because inspiration comes from that peace. So if you're searching for a morning routine, or if you're searching for a practice that makes you feel good, give yourself that time in the morning, give yourself that time in the evening to have that physical space and physical amount of time to yourself, but then allow it to be something that you practice throughout your whole day. Whenever you remember, whenever you're doing something and you're like, oh, I'm here, I'm sitting here, I'm doing this, allow that wave of peace that lives within you to wash over your whole body and feel it. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope that you're doing well and you're taking care of yourself. And I hope that in every little moment of your day, you find a way to connect to the essence of what you are and connect to the divinity that lives within you. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day today.